Good.
All right, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites coming out here week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America, which according to the Bible is known as Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. All right? Let the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that they're the true children, true children of Israel according to the Bible. All right? Not the so-called white man or the Khazars or the Amalekites. All right? All those Khazars, Amalekites, Edomites, Esau, Ishar, all those are the same people, and they're not the people of the Most High. They're not the children of the Most High. The true children of the Most High is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? With that being said, we're going to say bless the elect, double honors to the elders, and give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? But with that being said, hey, amongst our people, it don't mean that everybody's right. All right, give me Romans 9 and I believe like 9 and 8, 9 and 7. And all Israel of Israel.
Romans chapter 9 verse 6. Not as though the word of the Most High is taking none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel.
Yeah, that's twofold. That's talking about physically and spiritually, man. All right, but we're gonna get on a spiritual tip because just because you're Israelite, that don't mean you're gonna be saved in this second death. Just because you're Israelite, that doesn't mean that you're right, that you're holy. All right, there's wicked Israelites among our people. All right, but as a whole, our people are holy people. Okay? Because you got the so-called white man like to compare and contrast and say, oh, that's not me. I'm not like that. Or, you know, they act like there's a single white person out there that justifies canceling out all the things that they've done, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. It works by the majority. Okay? When you represent something, you know, when the majority does it, that represents you. All right, just like y'all see us. Esau and the rest of these niggas out here, other heathens out here see us as wild, drug dealing, flashy, uneducated niggas. That's the bulk of our people, man. Or coon sellouts. That's the bulk of our people. All right, but the elect is a whole different breed. All right, now dealing with these 2/3, we're gonna get into that, man. You know, just something, a little footnote. All right, go ahead. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
2 Peter chapter 2 verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
Oh, y'all know this is going already. All right, y'all already know Polite he's not a false prophet because he don't prophesy about shit. He's a false teacher, man, who shall bring in damnable heresies. Him, Susan Seti, Sinetta, all right? All them dumbass Egyptology and all the women that follow him. The dumbass, womanizing men that follow him. All that shit is about a come up, man. Alright, and that damnable heresy is they talking about is trying to bring incredulity to the Bible, saying the Bible's plagiarized. Alright, took from Egypt. Things of that nature, man. Alright? Which is total bullshit. Alright, the Bible stands alone, is in its own lane. Don't need nothing else, man. He asked why the Sue said he said something about the Bible referring to all these other people of Egypt, but Egypt don't refer to the people of the Bible. Because Egypt is a fictional book. All that Egyptology, the Egyptology doctrine and the books that they research, if it don't talk about the scriptures, why all the other countries talk about it, man? Alright? Why all the other countries talk about the flood? Why all the other countries talk about Abraham, Isaac, Moses? Alright, even Rome talks about Yahweh Shai. Alright, what all these other countries talk about, because it actually happened. Alright? That fucking Egyptology and all that bullshit coming from you niggas, it ain't come from you niggas. It's set up by the white man, just like Islam is set up by the Roman Catholic Church to draw you niggas off, man. Alright? That's why Moses and Abraham and all these figurative characters monumental people in the Bible are not in your history, man. And I wouldn't blame. Guess what? I wouldn't blame you, damn. Even if you're African, let's say you were, but you're not. All right, you ain't nothing but a dumbass Jake, bugged out Jake. But let's say you were Hamitic. I wouldn't. If I was you, I wouldn't put Moses up in there too, because Moses broke y'all ass down, man. Busted y'all ass down. So of course you wouldn't put him in there, man. All right. I played a fucking video game and it said something. History is written by the victor. All right. History is written by the victor. So whoever gets the victory, or you know, whoever's history, whoever land you're in, you're gonna learn their history. Just like we learn the so-called white man's history. We won't learn nothing about being Israelites. We always learn about Abraham, Lincoln, all right, Thomas Jefferson, Christopher Columbus. Okay, you don't learn nothing about your own people. One thing you ever learned about them that you was enslaved. African American studies, or the African, so-called African American studies. All the Jakes that been here that did something great for America. All right, they don't never go into the actual depths of where we come from and all out. That's why Americans are dumb, man. Because America is built off of lies. This whole history is built off of lies. So when you go overseas with that bullshit, you look stupid. It's like the bitch on the news talking about Christ is white. But when you go to the Roman Catholic Church, they got a monument of a dark-skinned Christ as a baby. Okay? Americans are stupid. Alright, and that's why we broke out of it. And you might say, how we break out something? How we break out of something that the so-called white man used to suppress us? Because the Bible is a powerful book, man. The Bible is made to keep order. Alright? All you gotta do, all you have to do to keep order with somebody is to do what? Act like you're an Israelite, man. Once you establish that you're an Israelite, what the so-called white man did, I'm not gonna say attempted, he did. Alright, he established that he was an Israelite, or impersonated as an Israelite. Guess what the rest of the people did? They worshiped him. If Christ is white, the so-called white man must be where the holy people come from. Alright? Of course you could teach somebody a book. The book teaches you discipline. It teaches you submission. It teaches you wrong from right. Alright? And it also teaches you who the wicked is too. But if you take the figures in the book, the people in the book, and reverse the roles, say all the wicked people are always dark-skinned people. Right? They turn around and say basically that the righteous people were the so-called white man. Right? Then what? Then what you think a person's thought process is? See, you niggas go all into this shit about how the so-called white man use the Bible, and why should we use it when it's common sense, man, on how they used it, man. It's like somebody could use Egyptology on your ass, man, and say they were the true Egyptians. If they put out the image that they're the true Egyptians, how would you look at Egypt then? How would you look at the so-called white man then? Alright, you get it? You get the point? You should. But it's not common sense. You don't want to hear that, man. You don't want to see that because you're so deeply rooted and that shit is going good for you that if you listen, it's been times I've been talking to somebody and they said, let me stop, I don't want to listen to you because you might convert me. That's basically it. If you own up and use ethics all right, proper ethics, morals, all right, then you'll eventually be converted, man. All right, if you actually listen. But if you know, if you don't listen and just stick to the shit and ride that horse that you on, then you can just keep riding till the wheels fall off, man. All right, go ahead.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen have sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Yeah, that's just because the reason why they did that is because you know it's a mental thing, man. You dumb black bitches and Christian dogma following ass motherfuckers always talking about color doesn't matter, image doesn't matter. It matters, man. Because when you begin to think that it's someone else's great, all right? If they say Muhammad Ali was a so-called white man, all the great boxers are so-called white men, you're gonna think that you can't fight and the so-called white men can fight. That's just how it works, man. But you don't want to submit to that, because if you do, then you're gonna have to admit that racism exists, man. That there's a difference among people. That the woman and the man are different and they don't have the same abilities. You have to admit too much, and guess what? You have to start from scratch, man. And guess what? On top of that, that's what the Lord wants your monkey ass to do as Israelites, is to start from scratch, but you're so proud that you don't want to do it. But give me that in Proverbs real quick. Got a precept? Pride going for destruction. Like I was saying, man, this shit is right there, all right, in front of your face, man, all right? You can sit here, apply for a job, all right? Somebody tell you their name is Jim, all right? If Jim was a manager and he was sitting in some bummy-ass clothes, right? He was sitting in some bummy-ass clothes, and he say he's a manager. You didn't know he was in some bummy-ass clothes. You go there looking for the manager, you're gonna walk right past him. All right, just like the with the thing on TV, Undercover Boss. With Undercover Boss, what the boss does? He dress up as somebody else. Do they treat him like a boss? No. That's why that's why you got undercovers. The point of looking like somebody else to give a certain impression on a person, man. So why do you think the so-called white man changed the image of Christ to give a different impression of the Bible? But now we woke up to the truth that we have understanding. All right, don't worry about it. Now we woke up to the truth, we have understanding. It's dead. It's dead. We woke up to the truth, we have understanding. Then we know the so-called white man is a double. All right, the Christ, Yahweh Shai, is a dark-skinned man. If he's dark, all right, then tribes are dark skinned. All right? If down over here sees another one, we just gonna roll with it, man. Talking about the Latinos and Native Americans are Israelites, that they're Moabites, man. How stupid is that when we don't have no connection with them, all right? But yet, we the best fighters, all right? We act the same. Okay? Never been around each other. We act the same. Okay? Breakdancing don't count. Japanese niggas got that down packed. Alright? Breakdancing require rhythm. All it requires is technique. Just like fighting. Alright? But once you come down to dancing, actually dancing, you know, being innovative about your dance, your culture. Alright? Latinos, they're just as equivalent to us, man. They party just like us. All right? They women act just like our women. Just as fine as our women, man. All right? These fucking Edomites, these bitches they getting plump, but they gotta go in the gym to get that shit, man. Or be mixed with some type of Jake somewhere. All right? But two niggas talking about how they come from Moab because they got slanted eyes. All right, that's stupid, man. Half you niggas light skinned, man. That's how you judge an Israelite by his skin color. That don't make no damn sense. When the dogs, Jake male could deal with an Edomite woman, Moabite woman, have a baby. You think that baby gonna come out looking black, dark as him? He might come out light skinned, Blake Griffin. Okay.
Hosea chapter 1 verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Yeah, that's right. And guess what? If you add on Jake, we already squad deep. But if you add on the Latinos alone, all right, we outnumber the nations. All right, we outnumber China off the rip. But if you add in the Native Americans, all right, we outnumber them again. Okay? And then if you add in the mixed multitude, the ones that then are scattered across the other into the other countries and took on to their cultures and became naked, man. All right? If you add all in, then we are the sands of the sea. Okay? But if you see all these other countries, especially Moab and all them, they don't really mix, man. All right? We as a people, we mix with a lot of, because it was prophecy, man. We mix with a lot of nations. All right? Go ahead.
Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them.
Yeah, that's America, man. Go ahead.
There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
All right, now how do we know that's America? All right, because historically, we have never been in a captivity, all right, that we didn't know we were Israelites. This is the only captivity that we were called Africans, Afro-Americans, Negroes, Native Americans, Indians, Mexicans, all right, Brazilians, all them other bywords. And the scriptures tell you that. All right, now if you read the Bible and you think that them damn crackers over there are the real Israelites, they ain't never went through history and not knowing who they were, man. All right, there's no moment in history where them fake ass Jews didn't know that they were Jews. According to American history and their history also. According to them, there was always Jews. But if you dig a little deep, you'll find out that they're converts. Okay? You'll find out that they're converts.
That's the part I wanted to get to. It says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
Yeah, Judah is basically Negroes, Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. All right? And Latinos and Native Americans are Israel. Go ahead.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Yep. We shall appoint ourselves one head, and we shall come out of the land. What land? Talking about America, man.
How is it if the Negroes or the Latinos, not the Negroes, if the Latinos or the Native Americans is not part of Israel, how is it that some of them is coming into the fold and you know what I'm saying, and out there teaching and preaching and understanding the scriptures like they do? Not saying you can't be taught that, you know what I'm saying, but like you was saying earlier, we act too much alike. We act too much alike when it comes to fight, when it comes to style, when it comes to dancing and singing and all that. We act too much alike for us to be complete. We don't act, our people don't act like no other nation, man. All the other nations want to be like us. All the other nations want to be like us, so how can we be, the Native Americans or the Latinos be of Ammon and Moab? It just don't make sense. Who named them the Native Americans? They didn't call themselves the Native Americans. And that goes in with what I'm gonna have a brother bring out with them cutting us off from our heritage, man.